now, giving us a little bit variations on blue. I like it.
And opening up with a backside 360 as he finds his way to this second lip and hitting that pillow line. Ooh, back one off of that.
How in the world he was able to adjust and save for that, because I don't think he meant to hit that so hard.
I think you are right. It almost looked like he kind of softened a little buck off of that.
The manner in which this guy can adapt from a slopestyle course into the backcountry is seamless.
Yeah, his body awareness and air awareness is just unfathomable. You see there with that backside 360 and pulling left into, looking to go back to back, but this looks like he came a little short on the landing and got bucked right there.
That was incredible, though. Just to go backside 360 and make that quick left-hand turn, it goes to town on the top of this course.
And starting things off with a big half cab drop right there. So fast in the landing, he's got to slough some speed before he just drops that mute so far into the landing. And this was one of my favorite parts of his run. The high-speed butter.
The 50-foot nose butter?
Oh my God. And here, kind of getting a bit off of his line, you can see the tracks, I think, caught him up in the run-in for that jump, which just sent him into that kind of, cork that didn't match up the landing.
And with heavy desire here for the win.
So coming in switch, this first hit. Half cab to the bottom right there.
That takeoff was so technical because he can't jump. He kind of has to float off it and suck it up.
Oh, yeah. This angle really gives you that perspective of just the speed that is being picked up on the landings. Look how fast he's going. Oh, my gosh, that high-speed butter. That was really rad.
Snowboarding is pretty cool, especially when it's done at this level.
And a contest that can reward a high-speed butter like that.
Yo!
Oh, no! Switch back, cork 3
to face.
Yeah.
To face slide, somehow bounce out of it.
And just throw a backy. Mental game, especially in gnarly terrain like this, is so important. You have to be able to keep your composure because you are riding these things on site for the first time.
And he is fantastically strategic. You watch him in a slopestyle contest and he knows exactly how to play the game. And he'll be doing exactly the same thing here. Lovely front side 180, setting up, switch. He's been reading the rule book.
Yes. And just a quick revert back to his regular stance. It's interesting to see the evolution of the riders kind of learning those ins and outs of what the judges are looking for and how to kind of navigate this terrain within the contest parameters.
Well, that's exactly what McMorris has done. He's looked at Dustin Craven's scores from Baldface and gone, he got put through the roof for those switch turns. I'm pulling in there.
So I have to feel a little bit like Mark is kind of like familiarizing himself, as you put it so well, range finding the terrain right now.
Yeah, he's working this spine. Very similar line to Ben Ferguson up here. And he's come onto this really scary nose. You've got to get your speed right off the end of that. Little bit shorter than Ben Ferguson there, but he gets a lovely transfer. Is he setting up?
Nice backside 360, just floating into that landing right there.
Beautiful butter out of the bottom as well. Clean set of heels on the face. That was very, very tidy. Super tech up top. He managed to get a bit of freestyle in down at the bottom. Feels like he's ticking all boxes.
I do feel that he's holding back a little bit, though. I think that, we saw him last year in Alaska really go full send, and Mark has a lot more in the tank, I think.
And he had quite a clinical first run, I feel, and he's definitely in the driving seat here.
Oh, beautiful front side 360 to start things off, looking very smooth at the top.
He's got that classic. Oh, the front one. So again, we're seeing that big switch riding, drawing out those turns. Riding as fast switch as you'll see a lot of people ride normal. That half cab round again. So he's not, arguably he's doing that as lip service for the judges rather than a really, really technical moment where he's linking it into a big switch takeoff. Exposure with the transfer.
Finding a new line there. I mean, Mark looks very, very collected in this run.
He looks really, really comfortable in this terrain as well. If you cast your mind back to 2012 at Supernatural, Travis's first iteration of this comp, and he was so far out of his depth, and now he's one of the big players, essentially, the heavyweights of this field.
Navigating a backflip off of that second drop right there. I mean, when you see Mark picking his way down after having done this once already, you know he's got something in his pockets.
Back 3 here last time, and he wanted to improve. Big back 7.
Goodness.
That was huge. He almost ran out of landing there, didn't he?
Wow. Okay, so that's putting the pressure on Craven for sure. Fantasy leagues become a reality. Mark McMorris versus Torstein Horgmo in the Alaskan backcountry. That's insane.
Okay, so Mark getting in early onto this big plateau. Just straight lining it, pinning it down there.
Oh, beautiful butter. Just holding on to it.
Ambassador, you're spoiling us. Look at that, and then right out onto the nose of this.
Super technical.
Billy goating his way through there. Right up on top again. McMorris has made a real statement about his big mountain credentials here.
Oh, yeah, he's navigating the spine so well right now and just popping a really easy backside 360 right there before going cross-court.
And he did get the tail grab on it. We haven't had many big, solid, confident grabs today, and I think that means a lot.
Well, I think that's one thing definitely in going, into a frontside 3, holding on, no problem right there, is that in this kind of terrain, I mean, usually you would see these riders in a video part, in a contest, really getting to kind of hold on and yank that grab for an extended period of time. But this kind of terrain makes that so much more difficult. Oh my
Back 5, and he
goodness.
holds on! He has to revert out of it, but he held on through that. The judges aren't going to punish him for that, I don't think.
Okay, it's not like he was in the backcountry readying himself for the Natural Selection Tour. He had to worry about a whole other contest. So this is him shifting his focus and having really no problem at all doing that.
Okay, he's got to beat a 95. It is going to take, let's not make any bones about this, a very, very special run. Huge butter up the top. Clicks round to switch, so he's taking a leaf out of Torstein and Travis's book with the cab 5. Oh, and over the bars. Travis and Torstein it's not that they haven't put a foot wrong, they haven't put a hair out of place on those runs. And it means that cleanliness is next to godliness up here.
Completely. To have runs that are that clean, I mean, this is just flabbergasting. It's immaculate.
There's that lovely wildcat.
Getting caught up a little bit right there on his toe edge.
Looked like he was trying to get barreled.
And going front 3, holding it together. Oh, not quite.
Imagine having the spatial awareness to be able to save something like that.
Oh,
Any mortal would have had their head in the snow on that one, and somehow he gave it the sprocking cat and managed to bring it round.
Popping a half cab for the fans down at the bottom.
Yeah, you get the feeling, I think after that hit on the cab 5, I think Mark almost let it go at that point. He was like, you know what, I'm not going to take him down here.